The competencies, the ability, the capability of being an entrepreneur, principally knowledge. Knowledge is the main ingredient of being an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur. Because inside the components of knowledge, we have data, information, and knowledge. Because when you go to the market to do the analysis, to scan the market, by the way, you've seen an eagle. When an eagle flies, what is the eagle doing? Searching for a prey to come down and take. As high as the eagle is, but the eagle still sees individuals, identifies the easy prey to catch on. This is how you scan the market. We have a lot of products in the market. We have a lot of consumers, but the consumers are still lacking one thing or the other. It is your duty to know, to scan the market with all the tools. By the way, PESTLE is a tool. SWOT analysis is a tool. And 5 forces is a tool. They are the tools that allow you to scan the environment, the business environment, to identify what? A gap in the market. Because their capacity of transforming the gap into products and services. Before you do that, you must know the market. You must know the people. Who are the people? The customers, the society. And you must know how to manage your finance. Then the production processes. Because these are the tools that enable you. Under the people, you also have your employees, because I'm sure that tomorrow you will become successful entrepreneurs. You will form big organizations. You will have people to manage. How do you manage them? What will be your relationship between your employees and the management? What will be your relationship between your suppliers and the management? These are the key stakeholders. What will be your relationship between you and the taxman? Remember, he's always there watching you. The more you make money, the more the taxman is happy with you, because you must give your own cut to the society. So, this is important. It is important to have knowledge of the market, knowledge of the people, knowledge of finance, because when you make money, it's not only making the money, but you have to know how to manage it. Because in a society, if you, for example, open a business, you make £1,000 a day. Is it all your money? No. You have expenses. You have the tax to pay. You have the rent to pay. After minusing all the expenses, if you make 200, it's still not yet your money. Because the business you are doing is part of you. It depends. You have done business structures. You have sole trader, limited, unlimited. They are all structures. They need to be maintained. Because if you started your business with 1,000 and put back, out of the 200 profit, you put back 100 again, your capital goes up by 1,100. This is how your business grows. This is how you scale up. You scale up your business. You don't open business for you to remain at the same level. That is why you are not here. You are here today to learn how to scale up your business. I can ask you, yes, you are in business. What is your exit plan? What is your exit plan? The exit plan of a business. Because my exit plan can be, when the business reaches at a certain level, and I'm being offered a certain amount, I will sell and go. This is the exit plan. My exit plan can be, I want to make this business a family business forever, as long as it can go, as long as it prospers. So all these are the things you have come here to learn. The activities, how to manage business activities, how to make it successful tomorrow. Motivation can be autonomy. The first thing that comes to mind for any businessman, I want to become a boss of my own. Am I right? I want to become a boss of my own. That is why I'm opening my business. Attention, sometimes it's not so. Watch around the corner shop by the corner of your house. What time does the owner open the shop? What time does he go home? Is he the boss of his own? No. Because you have to come in to prepare for the activities of the day. After the employees have left, you have to stay behind to check what they have done during the day so that you can be able to prepare for tomorrow. Are you the boss of your own? No. So if your only motive of opening a business is to become a boss of your own, you have to think twice. Yes, you can do whatever you want to do, but it has a price. You must respect the business because the business eats, the business breeds. If not, it doesn't grow up because anything that grows has responsibility to be cared for, has its own requirements to be fulfilled. So this is business. Capability. You have to gain the capability of management. Yes, this is what you are gaining now. You are doing business administration, finance, strategy. By the time you get to level 6, you will learn a lot of things. You will be prepared to say, now I am capable to manage my own business. I am capable to work for another organization. But before then, you have to be ready to do all the assignments. Before then, you have to be ready to do all the academical activities. At the end of it, because they say practice makes perfect. If you keep on practicing, by the end of your academic career, bet me you'll be prepared to manage yours or to manage any other responsibility given to you. Risk-taking. We have said something about risk-taking, but let's go to affiliation. Affiliation is what we call today networking. Social friends. No business exists on its own. If you want to learn how to do something, if you want to learn how to transform a dream into a money-making revenue, a money-making machine, first of all, look around you and see the people that have done it before. Watch them closely and know what they are doing, how they are doing it, where they are doing it. How progressive are they? What are the mistakes are they making? What the mistakes are they making? Ask informations, make friends, go for advice. You cannot say, this is my idea, I want to achieve it alone. No, it doesn't happen so. You need people in the business, in the industry. You need advice. Your workers, they are your collaborators. They are there to help you to achieve your dream. Good relationship is the beginning. This is also the reason you are here, to know how to manage people, to know how to manage your customers, to know how to manage your suppliers, to know how to manage your money, to know how to do marketing. Because product alone, production, you need to take it to the market. You need to promote it. You need to understand the market. You need to show the customers the importance of what you have brought to them to the market. This is marketing. So all these activities need to be managed. And you are learning them today. Where else can you learn them better if not here? So guys, I advise you, pay attention to whatever you are doing based on your motivation. What do you want to be tomorrow? Where do you want to be tomorrow? Depends on the foundation you give to yourself. Depends on the growth of your attitude, how you temperate your attitude, how you make it resistant. So, tolerance to uncertainty. Remember, Schumpeter defined entrepreneurs as non-normal people. Because normal person has got nothing to do with uncertainty. They always do certain things are certain. When they are sure, they do something. But entrepreneurs see uncertainty as sources of opportunity. For example, 2 years ago, the outbreak of COVID-19, political factor, and now I'm doing pesto. Political factor, the government created lockdown law. What happened socially? Everybody went inside. No contact, social distancing. Economically, so many people lost their businesses, they lost money. But what happened? Technologically, some people, the technology gave some people power to do what? To create more business. Why some people are closing down? Some businesses are springing up. Delivery came up, home delivery. The Zoom, the classroom lessons transformed to online, everything online. The marketplace, where? Online. That's technology. Than the law. Social distancing, if you are caught interacting physically, there's a fine. A law came out. The environment, people started using masks. And a lot of people, the government advised us that each person should use at least should change the mask 3 times a day. How many are we in UK alone? Assuming that we have about 40 adults, so 40 million adults, times 40 million by 3, the quantity of mask disposed in the environment. Nuisance. One smart person came up again, an entrepreneur. Now I will give you what? A washable mask. We started having washable masks in different types, leather, cloth, use and wash. Another type of business. All the people, we ran out of hand gel. Even the people that were producing water, they changed to hand gel producers because they had the possibility, there was market for it. So, you see, if you do the analysis, this is what you have been doing. This is the society. If you do it well, keep on doing it. By the time you finish your studies, you are professionals. This is how you become expertise. This is how you develop the knowledge. Because you are using the information, putting the information into action to create knowledge. Warning. I hope you can read. Risk-taking is inherent to entrepreneurship. If you are afraid of taking risk, you've got no business to do with entrepreneurship. One of the requirements of entrepreneurship is risk-taking. Why? I don't want to risk my money. Where do I put my money? Where do I put my money? In the bank. I want to make my money. I can use my money to chase dreams. That is entrepreneurship. They scan the market, looking for what changes, and they respond to changes with new products, modified products, new ideas. in order to do what? To entice the customer to buy their products and services. Innovation is not invention. Innovation is not invention. Because you can invent. Invention has got no market value. With innovation, you attach value into invention. How do you do that? It is through the process of entrepreneurship. Let's say, for example, somebody invented water. How did you take the water to the market? It's by innovation, putting it into a bottle so that it can become manageable in different sizes. 1 liter, 250 cl, 750 cl. This is the innovation. It is not the invention. Everybody knows that there is water. But how did you take it to the market is what matters. How you offered it to the customers. That is through entrepreneurship. To do what? To fill the gap. Because I can comfortably go to the tap and drink. But he is comfortably there with his bottle of water. Through what? Innovation. Managers can tell you how to do things fast. For example, a paint manager can tell you, or supervisor can tell you, you can do paint and paint faster. But an entrepreneur will tell you that there is no need of painting the wood. Why not go and buy vinyl? When you use vinyl as a material for the fence, you have solved all the problems. You don't have any need to paint again. Innovation, according to Drucker, entrepreneurship, innovation is the tool for entrepreneurship to offer new materials to the market. Now, the power of imagination. How do you see your future? What do you think you have to offer to the society tomorrow? How will you offer it to the future? I gave an example of Henry Ford. He saw his future that one day he can be able to produce cars that everybody can afford to buy a car. What is happening today? Ford car is everywhere. He chased his dream. He made it. The second example is Carnegie. In 1860, he said, the future of the world will be steel. He bought steel shares. He started investing money. He later sold his company for $480 million. But that is not the point. He said, it is a sin for only one man to possess all this wealth. He literally gave everything to charity and returned only tens of millions for himself. So, the lesson we are learning from this is not the question of making the money. How are you prepared to do good with whatever that comes to you? What have you to offer to the society? Today we call it CSR, social responsibility. What are you ready to do for the society? Today we have Carnegie everywhere. In education, in health, in the society. You know, he has already died since 18-something, but he's still alive today. All his projects, all his dreams are still alive. So, the question I'm asking today to conclude is, what is your own mission statement? How are you planning to achieve your goal? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? How well are you using the opportunity you have today to prepare for yourself? Thank you guys for coming. At this point, I appreciate if you have any question, I'm here for you to answer. Any question?
Do you own the business?
Yes.
What is it?
Okay. I started making money when I was 19 years. How? I got an opportunity. I saw a vision from my mother. I was her errand boy because as of that time, there was no telephone. It's not common. Maybe we had telephone, but most of her customers, associates, hadn't telephone. So whenever she wants to communicate with somebody, one of the customers, she will send me, go and call me after school. Call this person, call that. She didn't owe an oil mill. She was a worker in an oil mill. She saw an opportunity and captured it. She ended up controlling more than 10 oil mills, even without owning one. A oil broker came, palm oil. I don't know if you know that palm oil red. An oil broker came to buy oil, but wanted somebody to be supplying to Lagos, to his office at Lagos. She caught the opportunity, I can do it. Now, that was the story. She started, she engaged other women, formed a cooperative of women, and empowered them with money. So they were all working for her. When she was sending me to go and call the transportation company, the transport broker, because she needs to move the product to Lagos, about 500 to 550 kilometers from where we were living. Each time she sends me to call the broker, because the broker organizes 5 lorries, 10 lorries, depends on the need. There was a day, but I was observant that the broker did not own any lorry. He was making use of another company. This is the need for affiliation. You know, I mentioned affiliation. I had a group of friends, about 5. It happened that one of my friends was a son of the main owner of the fleet. The day I went to call the broker was not around. So I had to improvise to call in another broker to supply about 5 lorries. Then I thought, when I came home, I told my mother that I would do it. But before then, I have discussed with my friend. My friend told me gave me the inner information. I was 19, and I couldn't go to the man to discuss with him on that level. So I had to involve my father. But before involving my father, I told my mother that I would do it. She said, no, how? Said, I will do it. But you have to do what? You have to pay me. He said, no, you are my son. He said, no, but you pay that. He said, yes, you have to pay me. So I had to talk to my father. My father was my advisor. Unfortunately, also the financial advisor of my mom. I talked to my father. My father said, yes, he's right. If you can pay other people, why can't you pay him? He said, okay. He said, but I will give you a discount. What happened, to cut the long story short, I had to involve my friend. I told him that whatever I make, I will give you 5%. So we went to talk to the father. I told my father accompanied me. So we discussed with the man. He said, okay, the only thing he needs is his money goes to his bank. I was serving my mother, and I was serving her friends too. Because as of then, the maturity age of Nigeria was 21 before you can become mature. It's not, here is 18. I was not matured. I cannot open a bank account. So I had to go with my father to open a bank account for me. When I was 22, guess what did I buy first? A boy of 22, what do you buy first if you want to buy a car? A car, right? A sports car. I bought a lorry. I bought a lorry. Always with my father behind me. We went to the bank. The bank manager saw my account because my mother was paying me good. I was making good money. And I was not spending because I was living in parents' 5-star hotel. Do you know that? My parents were feeding me. So the bank manager, even if I went to the bank with my father was just sitting. I was doing the talking myself. I was able to convince the bank manager. With the business plan, I had somebody to write for me. I was given a loan to buy a lorry. New lorry. As of that time, we call it Gongoro. That is Mercedes 911. That was how I started. At the time, I noticed that it is problematic to own a lorry than to manage another person's lorry. I had to convince the guy that had the larger fleet to buy my lorry. So I started using his services. I formed 3 companies. Remember I said, what is your exit plan? Because before ever you form you have to have an exit plan. When my mother heard that a bigger broker is coming into town, a bigger player more than her was coming into town, she had to sell. And I sold my activities because I was having my revenue from her was coming about, at a certain time, rose about 40% of my income. So I had to sell with her. I lived in Italy for more than 25 years. While I was in Italy, I founded 2 companies, of which today I've sold one and the remaining is for the family. So, before I say I am an entrepreneur, I have my reasons. I have earned money and I have lost money. So you have to be ready to earn money. You have to also be ready to lose money. But what must not die is the spirit. The spirit, that's the motivation. You have to know when to exit, change. It's not because you are pursuing a dream. You say, we made mention of risk taking. Because you hear that entrepreneurship is risk taking, then you bounce inside without, you look before you, without leaping. You have to do calculative attempt. You have to be calculative, strategic. If it worths it, take it. If it doesn't worth it, sometimes it's not the result that matters. Now, if you want to become an entrepreneur, it's not always the result. What matters most is the process. Because success is when the expected outcome is not met. If you meet the expected outcome, you are successful. If you plan to make money, you are successful. If you plan to make money, at last you fail to make money, you are not successful. But the most important thing is the process. If you fail, it's not important. There is knowledge in failure. Go back to the process, and you will discover where you made the mistake. Correct the mistake, go back again, you will have the desired results. Thank you all.
Thank you.